As you already know, we are pretty much playing Headstrong through the main stuff of the game, and that's why not much has been done on our map.
Working together.
If I ever decide which one we had to our roster, maybe we'll get some upgrade for another character.
But who would quell the ceaseless
Oops.
onslaught of guardians pouring onto Hyrule Field during this time?
There. So, it's the first time we play this game. We're not playing it hard. We're playing for fun. Okay, Kesma. If you hear me, just before you go lurk or out,
you needn't sound so.
Is there any
we'll
pronoun you prefer for us to use?
Look how many
Or I will still go for like they them until I know. I think it's probably the nicest way to not offend anyone. And if someone's offended when I just like gender them neutrally, well, I'm sorry, but not sorry. Hey, I have one light that I forgot to open. That's for our green screen. Let's go.
Exactly. Well then, let's begin. Will you take my hand?
Walrus Lady is in the fray. Okay, this is the second obligatory fight with Vanabors. Is it a defensive one? Because if it is, I'm not doing the right thing. But if it is not, oh, defeat every guardian. There's only 7. We already had 5 down accidentally. You never understood people who got upset by you. I mean, I can give you the explanation of why they are upset, but you will not be satisfied by it. I swear that's a shame. Okay? The reason why they're mad about that is that they think you want to treat them as something they're not, while actively like insulting other people and not wanting to use their preferred pronoun. They're freaking out when we're not using theirs. So I don't know, maybe they are scared to be part of the LGBTQ crowd, you know, when we just refer to them with a neutral pronoun. It's at best something that sounds sad. That's my take on this. I know it sounds weird and maybe a little bit like maddening, but if you have a problem being when someone uses a gender neutral pronoun for you, you clearly like might be closer to be part of the problem than you think, you know? Here. So, was that it? Or, oh, I need to defeat 30k people. Okay, so that's just like a trample fight. Okay. Let's be honest. That beast's the best one. It can charge. It's half a cow, half a horse, and it comes from the desert. It's basically a camel. Yeah. Camel have 2 humps, right? Yeah. Okay, the charge goes for too long no matter what you're doing, though. That scream is just priceless. Yeah? That's insane. Let's go. We're still far from the 30k, but like we're already a third of the way in. I feel like some people have forgotten that this is part of a normal language. And yes, exactly. Like even before we started genderizing stuff, it was pretty much part of a normal language. But you know, like, this is the kind of people that want to be respected, but then have their own the definition of what respect is. So, I mean, the best you can do is maybe not give a single when you meet these humans, because I don't think they really want to be understood. I think they just want to be rude to other people. Here. Bob, what you doing? Oh, maybe I overdid it. Yeah, I overdid it. This guy's dead. Charge to the next child. Hey, Taina, happy to see you here. I'm gonna give you your point straight after this map. Wonderful. Guys, if you don't know Taina's been streaming today a lot of heart onto our own side. She was doing an album. I think it's called an album. I might sound illiterate talking about that though. Okay. She was doing an album about hi. That's what I'm gonna say. It looked cute. She used a crazy amount of glue. Everything got to stick and be like the way she wanted to be forever. That's what I took out of it. I used to do like some craft for D&D, and I'm more into be the most cost effective you can be. Sometimes my thing falls apart. I'll be honest. Like there is a cost to trying to be cost effective. Please, can you reload? Oh, we need to not walk actually to reload. Boom. And I'm just gonna go and like set myself back the right way, so that we can kind of nuke this whole half of the map. Woo! This section of the game honestly feels like we're overdoing it. Okay, they start like fending for themselves. That's why we're gonna put more pressure. The weakest moment we have are like when we get stuck on walls like this. Yeah. Oh, when I'm fully loaded, I can just spam everything else. We might not have enough time if I keep on like failing my shot like this. Boom. Let's go. Okay. Boom. Boom. Only 2k more. We have 1 minute 20. We're fine. Yep. Vanna Boris is busted. Okay. A. Laser beam time. Thank you for redeeming a lurking kid. Delete everything. It's fine. We got our 30k. Was that it? Was that supposed to be considered an attack? I guess it's an attack. The goal was not to play defense. On the contrary of most time we use them. Each step like thunder. As a DM, you missed the day of having a hand-drawn battle map on cheap grid paper. Yeah, but like, you can still do that. And using snacks as enemy, you eat what you kill the Knight. You can still do that, Sky. Like, most of the games that I do are going to be run under Theater of the Mind. I'm using a map only when I need to do so. And I think this is probably one of the reasons why I'm I feel a little less at ease running D&D on stream or like from long distances, because I feel like everyone is so good at preparing, like at making preps, and I know where my story's going. I know 3/4 of what we do, but I don't need all the map, and I wing the rest, you know? Like, maybe not half, okay, of what we do, and I wing the rest. And you cannot prepare, yeah, you could prepare map, but you cannot really prepare the perfect map for everything you just wing. So, since I don't want to go into that over prep thing, I think it's enough. All your player are in otter state. Okay, so it makes it harder to go for like eat what you kill unless you send them by mail. Big burp. Online play is convenient and easy, but in-person play, I like in-person play. I prefer in-person play. But, you know, during COVID, I had a lot of my friends that I was just like DMing from my home. I see a big advantage to that, where you do not have to chase your player around to make sure they are there at the right time at the right place. Everybody's in their home and everybody just like connect themselves. It's lower the cost that that every player has to just like move to that place and the time that it's gonna take. So for that, it's a big plus, but you have to make sure to invite people that are interested enough that they will not like during the game have another page open while like listening to YouTube. If you cannot be all in into the game we're playing, even though it's not your turn, please let me know. Like, I go for other people that are just like willing to play the game and willing to play all in with us, you know? I think this was probably the most frustrating part for me when I was trying to make them at long distance. When you get like your usual group that you know loves D&D and like enjoys being active during the fight and everything, you're fine. When you do not get that and you have like to kind of put more pressure on yourself and them to make sure that people stay in the game, it kind of made it less fun for me in some sort, because everybody that DM'd knows that it is the role that requires the most work around the table. It is not something that your DM do not like to do. If they didn't like to do, they would not do it. But DMing is honestly, in all the player around the table, the one that usually invests the more time and the most energy just so that the game happen. And that would be extra disrespectful to just act as if they were holding you that preparation, you know? As if like you could just say, well, I don't mind and I'm still gonna just play my video game while I'm in your game. That's rude. That's unacceptable. Just don't do this. Long story short, don't do that. Don't be a jerk. Is it easy? No, but that's the right thing to do. Here, we skip that big boy. We have absolutely no motivation to kill him. It would not make our quest go further. And there's a lot of those like area that we cannot take control of before. Hi. So apparently Ice Guardian are a thing now. I missed. I don't know how scary that shit was supposed to be. I guess that was like a ice win. Yeah, that was an ice win. And also, like, eventually, if you just like crash over your DM's effort like this, you will just stop giving a damn. We're fine. Weak point smash. He's dead. If not, he's close. That's it. Give the loot. And we're running away to the next guy. These skill looked super optional, but we reloaded our bar, so it's not so bad. That was far from the most efficient way to do it. I'm gonna let Zelda and Link just like take care of the middle ground. Okay. You freeze. Oh, fudge, yes. I think they actually drop, like, charge in the way they were, like, lined to do. So all the damage he took was probably not what he took while he was frozen, but what the other kind of dealt around him. Okay, do that again. Let's see, maybe it was just like the normal damage I dealt him. I dealt him. Or clearly not, because he didn't care about that. He has a shit ton of HP. Flurry Rush. Weak point smashed. Your biggest pet peeves as a DM aren't... Okay. Is when players aren't willing to write an excuse for their character to actually be an adventurer. You're like, okay, so what you gotta do? You're gonna become a pet farmer like in living stock farmer in about 1.5 games. You're gonna break the fun for all the other because you're a douche. I get that. If it's not a new player, that would be disappointing at the very least. If it's a new player, I guess there's like, he might not have the experience to really explain you why he believed that he does not have to come with a reason, you know? But from your second game, you know in what you're kind of going into, and you should be able to, at the very least, like, wing a reason for you to become an adventurer. Worst case scenario, just for money. Like, for money, for fame. Worst case scenario. But at least just give that to your DM so that they can have some hook for you, you know? Because in the end, it's very much about it. It's about just having something that you know you can feed your player, that their character will be like easy to motivate. I don't say that all character needs to be easy to motivate, but I say it's a big plus. Oops. Slash. Apparently missed that one. The map is a little bit more confusing with all the trash all over the place, but yeah. Here. The Linnell's already dead. So we got that rocking up for us.
I am ready.
Since I'm teaching D&D, that's the extracurricular activity I'm running in schools. I don't think for me it's a pet peeve at that point. Like I said, if I have the choice to have a motivated player or not, questions answer itself. Like, you get the motivated one. But players that do not exactly know in what they are progressing, I'm kind of used to. I'm kind of fine with, because they're learning. As long as they're learning, I'm fine with that. What is the next target? Head for Fort Ateno. Okay, so this is the pack of 3. It is like way behind there. Boop. I failed my stasis. Pop. I was waiting for a dodge, but then he never shot. Good. We're kind of fine. We're gonna make the big move. Not even. That may be good enough. Yep. I think what I dislike the most personally when I do DM is probably when I get some player that are non-subtly and violently metaing the game. You know, either someone that already played the I don't run adventure, so that's not a problem for me. But like, player that believe they know enough the stat of a monster to decide when he's supposed to be dead, or to decide when what I'm doing is okay for that monster to do, you know? Like, I will willingly not leave many monster as the book tell you that they have to be, to strongly avoid this in my games. I don't say that I'm gonna make broken monster, that's not it. But it is quite possible that the way I plan that monster to be for our game is gonna be a tad bit different than what you usually do. Just so that even if we have to meet with a meta player, like that cannot carry for long. He will quickly understand that either he's okay with that and I still be his DM, or he's not and he's gonna have to find other table. I never had like big problem with that because I'm pretty straightforward to some point. I don't say to people that like get the hell out. It's more we have a way to do things, and I hope you understand that it's to maximize the fun of my player and not to make you feel like you're losing something out of it, you know? And if they can get that, usually we have a wonderful game. If they can't, at that point, I just consider that they kick themselves out of the game. It's not... They can try to put the blame on me. Grand bien leur face. That would not work. Okay. As an example being, you got a player back east who wanted to be in a Thief Assassin guild, and you told them that their boss wanted them to find the missing member of their guild. Excuse to travel with the party. Then they turn around as soon as they found out the big bad evil guy killed the missing guild member and said that they had no excuse to actually go after the big bad evil guy since they only need to find the guild member. Okay, so he could not even use that as an agency for himself to just like follow the group. I think to some point, if he was like making what we would consider to be a lawful evil character,
Here, Your Highness.
his way of seeing that makes sense. As in, the agency or the agenda of your character is already fulfilled to some point, and going away seems to be the best option. But I do agree that if one of my players does that, I'll be like, okay, so you don't want to be in the game anymore? In my life, I think I had like one player that was up to my own standard, up to my own taste, a problem around my table. And out of that very specific example, it was like, I didn't have much problem.
We can't leave him.
And like, they made a game fall. That happened once. But I had one player fudging things up. But that is from all the game that I ran. Usually it's more like schedule problem that makes it not happen, you know? 3 sessions sitting at the camp while the party had to go take on the boss, a member down. Well, son, you were not there. That's extremely fair. And this is where she opens up and finds the power of wisdom. But isn't that a, you know, that's not the weirdest time to awaken it.
That light.
But we didn't have the chance to try to like save herself. Is that a new move that she gets? Or is it just like for the animation? That feels just like scenario based and nothing to do with the character itself. Oh wait, what? Okay. I guess she gets a new weapon. She's level 14.
I have done it. Indeed.
I am not sure if they are supposed to eventually like rise up or if I can just keep on bullying them like this. It feels unfair. Just hit them while they are on the ground. Poop. Where's the next big boy? Guardian. Oh, wait. Wrong way. Oops. Was it? Maybe I was going the right way and I just didn't know it. But yeah, the fact that like I'm surprised that the player, even though it makes sense for its character, I'm surprised that he came 3 sessions in a row.
Okay.
Knowing. Not knowing, but like not figuring out that people would not share the loot in that kind of case. It sounds a bit douchey not to do, but also fair? If it makes any sense, like, wow, she's spinning when she runs. That's impressive and scary, right? That's what I'm supposed to get out of that. I'm surprised he showed up for 3 sessions. Just sitting in a camp. That sounds so counterintuitive. It's hard to understand why someone would do that to themselves. Stop. I don't know what happened, but we bombarded apparently. Okay, so on the good side of things, the Guardian is way less confusing with that power. Like, usually she was just chaining up the power that she can use with the tablet. Now at least I get to make sense out of what she does. For a level 14, I can't complain. Oh, I forget that I have other button I can click. Yeah, well, it's a little late, but that's fine.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah, that got a good AoE. That got some good damage. I think it's a new weapon.
Right.
Oh, what the fudge is this? Do I need to activate that? Hi. Tweet. No, okay, nothing. The outpost captured. I don't know why nothing spawned yet. Because usually they do. Can she just float? That got a huge AoE. It feels absurd. So we have Impa, which was already on the ground, ready to fight something. Ouch. And apparently damaged. I don't know what he's gonna do, so we'll just wait until we do. Well, too bad. 2, 3, stack him, buff him. I thought I dodged with the attack. He kept telling them that they could either try to catch up with the party or continue to hunt for food / maintain the camp. They were sick of fighting with wolves and bandits. Man, as sad as it sounds, you're already nice to have given them bandits and wolf to fight. You know what I mean? Like, instead of just being like, you want to be boring, you're gonna have a boring 3 hours. You still gave them some meat to kill. It was shit, most probably, but like, hey, you really did not give him nothing. You just like, you still cared about him. I don't know. I think there was another option, and you probably did it. I don't say you didn't, but this is the kind of sad situation that I believe would probably have profited of a good talk, you know? Where you just explain to the player that for fun reason, like for the fun of everyone, it would be better if he was still participating in stuff instead of just acting like for him the mission is done and he's not participating.
Steel yourself.
That was a good moment for like a out of game talk, so that not as a character but as a player that human would have progress. And I suppose you had that talk. But yeah, that sounds pretty shitty. Here? And it's also not to understand that, like, your guild, he could have easily found an excuse to go against the big bad evil guy. Like, just bring back the head of the one that killed the guild member. Being like, yeah, I already gave him an expeditious judgment. Like, why not? Oh, maybe it's a thief guild. Maybe like they are against killing, depending on like what kind of thief guild you're running. But that would just have made a lot of sense up to myself to, I don't know. You're like, yeah, he killed the guild member. I brought back his head. We are fair and square now. Everything's fine. Why not? Why not giving some agency to your character instead of just like playing like by yourself, alone in the wood, you know? Bye, guys. Guardian. Is that one stuck in the floor? They are stuck in the floor. Ouch, ouch. But they are also sniping very quickly. That's good to know. That's it.
I am ready.
Oh, they were made out of paper. That's fine. Won't complain. I like when enemies are made out of paper. Here. We're going back closer to the middle. There's going to be something happening right there. We didn't even make it to the Spring of Wisdom, I believe. Like, that was not something necessary, apparently. You did tell him that I wasn't willing to put the entire story on pause for a single character when they were in the middle of an adventure, but I wasn't going to force him to participate, and he didn't want to. What? So you actually had that like human to human talk and not like DM to character talk. I mean, by that point, he becomes the artist of its own demise, you know? Like, he's the one making the game dull for himself. I would not have thought that either. I would just have been like, okay, sir, so here's what happens. Here's how you're going to participate into it. I'm very sorry, but you do not get to have a bigger role. That's the other are all having fun, and you're there being edgy. Good job. No? What else can you do? You're not gonna fix edginess. I know. Here.
Finally ready.
This one is already like flipped over, so let's just put some fire in its wound. Link is with us apparently, like looking at the monster while he's on the floor. I want to play this game with my wife. Once I'm done with this game, I'm bringing it down on the first floor and we're clearly playing it together. Yeah. We got an ancient core. It's apparently very rare. I was killing a lot of stuff, but he wants to make her way to the target position. Where's Perret? Thunderblight again. Oh, fudge. We still had problem to fix. I don't know why I totally missed out on them. Boop. Bomb time. And we abuse that opening. A?
Steel yourself.
Should be a kill. That should be a kill. Oh. I get the idea. I get the idea of like you tried to put pressure onto him so he would eventually bring like come to its sense and be like, yeah, the party is actually useful for myself too. It's not only like about my mission, it's also about like making my ally succeed in theirs. That did backfire, but like in the end it cost you time and it did not brought the result you were looking for. But yeah, I get the idea of trying to like put in-game pressure so that he would eventually take the right decision. It's just sad it didn't work.
I am ready.
It feels like it. Ah, man.
It's time.
It feels like it should have somewhere, but also, I don't think it's a character problem. I think it's a player problem. Boom. So this boy's dead. We get the loot. Take that apple. Nope. Okay. Pura is just running in front of me. She actually do not need my help. We have Link on the case. I barely can follow her here. I'm getting my foot stuck in every bosses we meet, you know? I think that's the problem. I am. Here. Oh, that's ours? Pura! Where you going, Pura? Don't even ask me, she's lost. I don't think she knows. Okay, sir. Sir, we gotta talk. 2, 3. Pull him up. How much did we get? Only 1. Power dodge time. Let's go. Pushing back. You! Yes! Okay, I thought I missed. That's all good. We dodge and absorb the symbol. What the hell was that, sir? Oh, I was so close to have my A. That's what I was looking to just like slide in there.
I am ready.
Yeah. Big boy exploded and we should get a weak point smash. Like in that fall. Not even. Give me a dodge. We're kind of fine. The finally ended with him retiring the character a few sessions afterward by challenging the fighter to a party for party leadership and demanding a fight to death. What? You very quickly shut that down, even though they claimed that they had a notebook on their character the entire time that stated they had a sibling. I already there. Instigating PvP like that in a game that was not like inclined to be PvP oriented is something I would probably have shut down quickly. Just unless you had a big feeling of the result to expect, I would probably have shut that down. I know it's not to kill like player agency. I don't know what were the age of your player by that time. This may do a difference in how I would approach the situation. But since I'm teaching D&D to teenagers, like PvP is often just frowned upon. I don't want that around the table that I have at school. Because as mature as they can be, kids are still kids, you know? Like, this will, out of doubt, cause some conflict in between them. And that is something I strongly try to avoid because they are still teenagers, they are learning. And I explained that to them. I don't just go against that PvP and not explain them why I avoid PvP in their games. They have to learn how to interact with other human, and that's not in the game that they are supposed to do that. You fully expected their character to die and stated beforehand that that we gonna throw the fight. Okay. The fighter agreed to it, otherwise... Okay, that's all good. That's a nice slip then. You can't continue to watch our S, you're gonna get spoiled. Dude! Okay, then. Here's what you gotta do, Faris. You leave the chat open so you can talk with us, but you hide the screen. It's not normal that I've catched up with you, you know? Then I know I'm not doing side quests, so it's pretty fair that I caught up. Yeah? Like, we're just putting heavy pressure on the enemies, and that's about it. Here? If we can still hear the voice line, yeah, but will you really pay attention to them? Or will I talk above those, huh? Again. Here. It's all good. You can leave, my friend. I will still appreciate you. And that will be to be remembered. I think we still have an early game, by the way, Faris, if you want to pick it. Where do I go? Next. Each steps like thunder. I will have... Okay, I have access for Link. And that access will go in, like, leaving that thing behind. Impa cannot carry more weapon. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, well, everything I just got, I got to trash out. Great. Okay, no, one less. Let's go. Confirm. I'll have to go fuse some stuff. Like, at that point, it's no more a question. It's just like a fact. At least for Link and Himpa. And try to see if, like, that weapon that Zelda got is something that we get permanently, or if it was just for that map. Like the Master Sword, I believe I will probably keep my hand on it.
Everyone, hear me now.
There are like 30. She's speaking to like 30 people in the whole place. What effect do you think it's gonna have, lady?
At the threshold of the unimaginable.
They have problem again.
Despite that, we must not give in to defeat. We must not despair.
I love how they made no eyes to any of them, and they all have the exact shape, the exact same shape. That's how you know they are NPC, you know?
We are armed with the knight whose
tertiary
sword will seal the
characters.
darkness. And
The music's nice.
we shall strike with you. You brave soldiers. Everyone. You are mine to lead now. Calamity Ganon.
I feel like she got a lot of self-confidence in one map. She went from being a freaking carpet to being like, I'ma be the leader. It's a strong difference.
To rescue all within it is now.
And now you got all the team that's like, no, that's not her. She might have been possessed. Here. Oh, and that's the next scene. Just like nothing.
Well then.
She's gonna get stolen.
What did you want to tell me?
She's gonna be stolen for sure. Ba-ba-bum. Suga.
What are you?
Suga's going to be good now. Oh, it's Koga. Okay, it's Koga and it's just Koga.
Huh?
Suga died protecting Koga. They're not NPC. It's just that I'm a unique edgelord convention. Oh, they are all... Hey, man. I'm sorry for all my friends that really love that character and that will recognize themselves in what I'm going to talk about right there. But the last time I went to an anime convention, there is way too many Kirito in the anime convention. You guys are just a bunch of weak weeb. There are so many good male characters in animes. Why the fudge is everyone wanting to be a Kirito? Is it because like the costume costs like nothing to buy?